stuff that you can do to elongate the pitch shift, but my favorite part that I've played with so far is when you elongate that pitch shift and you have distortion, heavy distortion on, you just hit an open chord and just touch that button. It's like a V8 revving up, and it goes on forever. And then whenever it comes out of that, it goes into this beautiful harmonic-ish feedback. And then you can just go right into like a drop D, just anything dropped, and just hit a chord and just...
You believe that the harmonist was goodbye?
Yes, 100%. Just for that. If I just got it for one song that I called like motor, like something with a car, like this is it. But the pitch shift is fantastic. I haven't played with all the functions yet.
We'll go a little deeper into the
We'll definitely have to go deeper with
this.
But
I wanted to include a little bit of your thought on that in the G.A.S. Guys, welcome to Gear Acquisition Syndrome here on the Guitar Brides Podcast. Episode 75. Check us out wherever you get your podcast. Guys, leave a comment down below or subscribe here on the YouTube channel.
179 on that pedal, too.
179. That's not bad. We are going to break down the Boss Harmonist a little later once Jim kind of runs through it some more.
I'll have you run through it, too. I want you to... doodle around with it.
Guys, here's one. George Harrison's Gibson 58 Les Paul Ransom, or 58 Ransom Les Paul, used to rescue his 57 Lucy model, goes up for auction. The burst was used as a bargaining chip along with a Fender Precision bass to ensure a safe return of the Beatles guitar's prized single cut, which was stolen in '73. Harrison's 58 Gibson Ransom Les Paul, the same electric guitar that was used to rescue the 57 Lucy, has hit the auction block. We see our fair share of guitar auctions here at Guitar World, but this one carries out the most remarkable backstories of them all. One that involves theft, negotiations, international exchanges, and the return of one of the most coveted Les Pauls in history. Lucy's story began back in the 60s, once it passed through the hands of John Sebastian and Rick Derringer. The sixth string was then gifted to Harrison by Eric Clapton in '68. Originally a gold top, the guitar had been refinished to the unique red colorway and became one of Harrison's go-to instruments for the remainder of this time with the Beatles. If you can see here on the screen, definitely kind of like a bird's eye, quilty kind of... It's got its own thing to it. Awesome looking Les Paul.
I dig it.
The Ransom LP was purchased from a popular vintage dealer, Norman Harris of Norman's Rare Guitars. Well,
go figure.
Go figure. It was delivered to Ochoa in return for Lucy. Ochoa kept his 58 Les Paul for a decade until he decided to sell the vintage guitar to his boss, Nadine's music owner Robert Truman, in order to raise funds to pay for a house. After spending some time migrating from musician to musician, the Ransom Les Paul has now been placed up for auction via Heritage Auctions. Owing its roller coaster history and the role it played in rescuing Lucy, the Ransom Les Paul is set to sell for an eye-watering sum of money. The opening bid currently sits at $250,000, with a buyer's premium that takes it up to $312,500. Excuse me. It might not make it to the list of the most expensive guitars sold at auction. The lowest entry on that list is Eric Clapton's MIJ Strat, which sold for $959,000. But it looks like it was certainly fetched a fairly substantial sum. A little bit of gas going on here, you gotta know. The reason why I did this is because this here, you gotta know. Joe Bonamassa, the big dogs, see a guitar like this. Yeah, do they jump? I would think they probably do.
I mean, if anybody's seen Bonamassa's Gibson collection, it's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. But I thought that was cool. More guitar auction stuff. Just, hey, it's got a story to it. People like stories.
Maybe a few years ago, 250 grand would have been eye-watering, but right now, from what we've seen in the 75 episodes, that's like a flash in the pan.
That's just about normal.
It's easy.
About normal.
Now, is that going to fetch more, though?
A Beatles fan, maybe. Jim Irsay.
Well, think about what they did with Les Paul's one. They estimated at 150. I mean, you were like, no, that's like 900,000, and bada bing, bada boom, that's what it was.
Yeah. Staying in the guitar world area of it all. Fender Japan revived some of the brand's boldest looking Strats with the limited international color series. Maui Blue, Morocco Red, Monaco Yellow headlined the drop, which was created using the same color templates and product drawings that informed the original 80s range. Fender reissuing the 80s stuff. Big headstocks, bullet truss rods, white pick guards with black appointments. I mean, go Fender, but I mean, just another Strat.
To me, if they would have done a little bit more black, for me,
Yeah.
like if you did the black tuners to match everything,
or fully black guard with all that stuff.
what is?
But this is the last one here in Guitar Gear Acquisition Syndrome. This one is going to be the belle of the ball. Jackson debuts first ever made in Corona guitars with radically revamped American Series Soloist sl3. American-made Jacksons out of the Fender plant.
Oh boy,
That's basically what this is. I mean,
that blue one.
Jackson's introduced an all-new version of the Soloist SL3, which it ushers in the brand's first range of guitars to be made entirely at Fender's California factory. Soloist SL3 is said to be radically engineered for speed. The latest iteration of the SL3 is first to be wholly Corona made and joins its pre-existing Japanese Pro Series predecessors. American Series Soloist SL3 is available in a quartet of colorways: gloss black, platinum pearl, Riviera blue, and satin slime green. At first glance, seems to bear a number of similarities to the Pro Series version. Floyd Rose looks like Seymour Duncan JB TB4 bridge humbucker, custom flat Strat SSL6 reverse wound, reverse polarity middle single coil, and custom flat Strat SSL6 neck pickup. So it's got some nuts to it. It's that green one.
That is pretty sweet.
Sign me up for the green one.
I'll take that blue. Like, I just love how the Jacksons look with that blue.
Fender's EVP of product, Justin Norville, echoed, "Jackson has a DNA that is unmatched in the heavy music space. Bringing Jackson's craftsmanship back to its Southern California roots has been a labor of love for all of us." Pretty cool.
Unmatched. I don't know. I think Jackson and Ibanez are like neck and neck. I've never played a Prestige before. I played a USA Jackson, but I've never played a Japanese or a California Ibanez yet.
Yeah.
Have you?
No. But guys, that's it for Gear Acquisition Syndrome.
Wow.
Next week we'll do a little Harmonist stuff, but I got a little bit of breaking news. Gear Acquisition Syndrome is now brought to you by Analog Pedals. Check out analogpedals.com. Head over to Analog Pedals and get your custom order placed today. Guys, our prototype pedal. We have a prototype pedal cover from Analog Pedals. It's not ours. It's a signature pedal. We might have something coming in the works. Man's busy. The fact that he can think of us like this just lets us know we're in good graces.
Yes.
He says, yeah. I asked him if it's a signature fuzz or if it's just a fuzz, just a product. I asked him if we could talk about this. He says, yes. It's version 2 of Chris Robertson DOS fuzz. And yes, you can take pictures and talk about it. Just say that we are expecting a release date sometime later this year or very early next year. From the man himself.
So he's revamped.
So they're revamping the Chris Robertson fuzz.
Because we know on the other one, like the potentiometers, you could get in there and if you want to do it from the inside, because he had everything turned up. So
they're revamping. This is cool. This is great. Guys, check it out. Analog Pedals, man. Get in line. It's good stuff. Gear Acquisition Syndrome. We might just have to run that pedal down when we get it in. But Gear Acquisition Channel brought to you by Analog Pedals. Head over to analogpedals.com, place an order, tell them the Pirate sent you. Maybe send them a message on Instagram and tell them how much his shit is badass. Jeff, we love you, brother. Guys, thank you for joining us on YouTube. Thank you for joining us on the podcast, episode 75 of your Guitar Parts Podcast. Mean Beard of the Week. Who else could it be? Obviously, it's got to go to our boy Prince for that sweet Chico looking mustache in his arrest.
We'll give it to him.
We'll give it to him this week. But guys, I think Mean Beard of the Week is going to turn into Mean Beard Tip of the Week. Sometimes it's a little easier to come up with a care tip than it is some random dude.
And I see a lot of them.
I mean, I see a lot of random dudes, but I mean, like, people that other people might know. Because this is what it's about. But guys, we might turn that into Mean Beard Tip of the Week.
I got a good tip. Don't zip your beard up in your zipper. Watch out for your jackets, boys.